A Star Ghana Foundation Given for Change program that seeks to promote domestic resource mobilization for development is gaining grounds in some communities where the project is being implemented. The GfC program is a 5-year project that aims to do development differently from a mindset that the citizenry is responsible for their own development. With funding from the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Given for Change program is anchored on the recognition that domestic resources are important in increasing local ownership of projects and influence civic action for inclusive development. Star Ghana Foundation is the anchor institution for Ghana, and the West Africa Civil Society Institute WACSI is strategic partner. The GfC project is currently working with about 34 partners, engaged either under the community of practice or they are taking up initiatives that promote local giving and some civic engagement towards transformational changes. The Community Development Alliance (CDA), located in Wa in the Upper West region, is an implementing partner of the Star Ghana Foundation's Given for Change project and has, through its project dubbed Catalyzing Local Philanthropy for Development, implemented a series of participatory behavior-led initiatives that empowered women, youth and leaders of 12 local communities who gained agency, prioritized their needs and self-mobilized locally and are working to address their challenges. The Executive Director of CDA, Salifu Isifu Canton, says their partnership with the Star Ghana Foundation essentially focused on opening the civic space, ensuring that our communities have a voice, they appreciate their own development, and they can self-mobilize and contribute to improving development outcomes in their local communities.
We are beginning to see a reenactment of community self-help initiatives, where local communities on their own are able to self-mobilize, are able to self-identify what their needs are, and they are able to champion the realization of those needs locally without any help from the government or so-called donor NGOs who basically acted as charities donating things to them.
For the communities that have embraced local philanthropy, they do not only mobilize resources, fiscal cash and raw materials to support development projects, but also offer their skills to fix some of the challenges they face. Already, the Kusali community has completed the construction of a community clinic, popularly referred to as Community-Based Health Planning and Services CHIPS compound, and ready for use, while the Buti community in the Sisala West District have also self-mobilized resources and currently constructing a CHIPS compound to increase access to primary health for the indigenes. The Dondoli community in the Wa municipality has made firm commitments to construct a youth information, communication and technology center for the youth to develop their skills. The Kuzunkala community in the Dafiama Busi Isa DBI district in the Upper West region, led by the assembly member for the area, Nicholas Yesomba, is constructing a delivery room in the existing CHIPS compound to facilitate safe deliveries in the area.
You have that in mind, but how to start it? This NGO came to our community. The service take some 2 or 3 things to do in our community, or we would like people to come to our aid to do it. And choose the maternity and the school program. So from that, to select one, now we can start at the moment. We created maternity ward. They've seen the importance of this maternity ward because we are in need of it. When our pregnant women are in labor, it's always difficult for transporting them and then they donate a firma. So and then we see the need. They've also seen the need that we need to have one. We have to use a midwife. So we just need to meet CDC. CDA partnership with Star Ghana, and I said a big thanks for bringing this particular idea to our community, which we have also seen it very important, and then we have also thought it wise to start this project. To your motivation and other support you have given to us, and we have been able to reach this stage. I think I will say a big thank you to CDA.
The project supervisor Jacob Doda said contributions for the project come in piecemeal.
The layman will prefer to use the ones for something else than the whole of the community. That is our main challenge. If not, we were thinking that by now we are even free with everything, but that's our You have to go house by house. From house by house, you have to go room by room before you can get. Many of the community members are old, and they have the perception that if not my son's wife, I don't have a wife that will go for labor. That is the main challenge. The other youth that are present, what happened to, because of the current situations, many of them are outside.
Theodora Tama is a resident midwife at the Chips compound. She said that currently the outpatient department OPD serves all purpose and so makes it difficult to accept labor cases at the facility.
The accommodation program that is my first program, because if I have a labor case here, is the go the OPD, everything is in one room. So sometimes I have to ask the client, we refer them to go to the firma or any other place before I will contact the labor, or I will refer the labor case to the higher level. So I will go and assess the labor is routine or not. And yeah, I'm really very happy. There will be a space if a client comes, I can monitor the client for that 24 hours or 12 hours. And then they will also have the OP where they can take emergency classes.
At Fien, also in the DBI district, plans are far advanced by the Community Development Committee members towards the construction of a kindergarten block to avoid children in the area having to travel long distances to acquire education. The Fien Peace Camp, a youth group in the area, is leading the project.
They've also educated us a lot on how to actually champion community development. So our latest engagement with them, they proposed a new initiative called Giving for Change. So which was basically how communities or people in the community can actually sacrifice in their small ways to also help themselves, other than, let me say, solely relying on let me say politicians or just duty bearers, that they alone cannot do it. So it is time for community members to start doing something for themselves. We can say all credit to CDA in partnership with Star Ghana for bringing out the whole idea of this great initiative called Giving for Change. Because we've been in this community, and all the developmental, let me say, infrastructure you can locate in the community are put up by, should I say, government or some NGOs. So we never knew we could actually put up things that will even be more than what government gives us or what some NGOs will give us. So with our engagement with CD in partnership with Star Ghana, we're able to get this nice idea.
Another implementing partner, Song Taba, located at Tamale in the northern region, is leading a community mobilization project aimed at empowering communities to take control of their own development. Known as the FACO Relief Social Fund, the project seeks to raise money and get in-kind contributions from communities, purposely to support the less privileged, especially women in the alleged witches camp.
Here at Songtaba, we are implementing the Giving for Change project, which we have contextualized and called the Relief Project, or the FACO project, if you want to call it. Over the course of the 12-month period we have implemented this project, we have supported women living in exclusion, specifically known as the alleged witches, in the area of food support. We have decided to support these women with the food items because living in such deplorable conditions, they have been neglected. There is no any form of social support, and so in our visits to these camps, we realized that one of their basic fundamental needs is food and health. And so through the FACO Social Fund, we reach out to Ghanaians to contribute generously to support these women. And I want to call on every Ghanaian that whether you are home and abroad, the FACO Social Fund is something that has come to stay. We have already talking about developing our communities beyond aid. We ourselves are the aid that can provide the kind of development that we need. And so I treat all of you to be subscribers to the FACO Social Fund, and you can send in your cash donations through a short code *920*141, and it works on all networks.
Remember that it is a collaborative effort for you and I to put a smile on the faces of the less privileged and give them a second chance of living like us and any other human being on planet. Aside the women in the alleged witches camp, we are also using this fund to support girls to go to school, girls in tertiary institutions. We are also looking at supporting orphans, and also we are looking at people with disabilities in society.
The Giving for Change journey has been very revealing to me personally. The training workshops that we have attended gave me the insight as to how development should be done differently. The community of practice that we belong also helped us to share ideas amongst ourselves, and I learned from what other organizations are doing when it comes to local resource mobilization and local philanthropy. Having worked with the community for a while on local philanthropy has also given me some form of excitement, because I'm very happy because I see the communities realizing that they have a lot of resources and how they can tap into these resources, and it has been very revealing.
This Giving for Change project has been quite a very exciting one. We've been working with two sets of communities. One set is the Cape Coast School for the Deaf and the Blind. That is one community. We engage with them extensively, and through our interactions with them, the pupils, the teachers, we got to realize that one of their needs was to have their ICT center finished with computers, because they don't even have a single computer functioning at the moment. The second community is the 8 schools, high schools that we have selected here in Cape Coast. The community is made up of the old students of those schools. That is Infantipim, Wesley Girls, St. Augustine's, Holy Child, Adesado College, Infantaman, Agri Memorial, and Ghana National. These are the 8 schools that form the community that we are trying to mobilize. The old students are the communities that we are trying to mobilize so that they can give to support the felt needs of Cape Coast School for the Deaf and Blind.
After a year of implementation, organizations that are implementing the GfC project say it has greatly impacted how they perceive and do things.
The Giving for Change project more or less have inspired our programming process and has influenced us to look more towards sustainable ways of fostering community development. And when I talked about sustainable ways of fostering community development, means that we're now looking or focusing more on strengthening the capacities of local communities to lead their own development.
Giving for Change is a very unique program. It's a very innovative program, and it's a project that we've been excited to partner Star Ghana on. Excited because it's very important and central to strengthening civil society in Ghana, especially strengthening civil society's ability to mobilize domestic resources, mobilize support from citizens for their social justice projects. It's a program that is basically designed to help nurture philanthropy, or the culture of philanthropy, the culture of giving, not just giving for humanitarian reasons, but giving for social change, social justice, human rights, and also giving for environmental issues.
The executive director of Pens Plus Byte, Jerry Sam, says the GfC project has been an eye-opener and pushed them to be innovative.
One of the key lessons that we learned is that we are able to tap into the local landscape of fund giving or charitable causes to support our own causes without necessarily depending as we used to do on international donors. Once you're able to build a credibility and your cause is justified, you do tend to solicit funds from individuals and local philanthropists. So that has been a good point for us. Another lesson that we learned is that there's no limits, almost no limits to using crowdfunding. In that you can tap into social media, you can have campaigns running for a very long time compared to the face-to-face that you have to walk your campaigns. But with this, it's almost seamless. It doesn't require so much resources as mobilizing community members, but putting it online and causing people to give to your campaigns.
So, what happens after the GfC project ends? How can these organizations continue to deliver positive outcome in the absence of primary funding? The project manager at CDA, Mercy Dakogri, believes that through the GfC project, the communities are empowered to explore local mechanisms of supporting their development.
Most of the times, NGOs goes to do something for community members, and many a times, sometimes what we even do for them is not actually what the community members want. But the Giving for Change project has made it that you work with the community members and they do what they think that it's affecting them in terms of development, so that they can develop their own community using their own local resources that they have. Because you cannot force people to do what they don't want to do. So you create a space for them and give them the space to be able to do whatever they want to do with that space, and also not imposing something on them. So for me, that process becomes a lesson to me.
According to the Results and Learning Manager at Star Ghana Foundation, Frank Kwekua Moating, although external aid can be utilized, it is important for the citizenry to lead development. Therefore, the GfC project can help to create an enabling environment that supports community philanthropy in Ghana.
Over time, we have done some tremendous work with the Giving for Change project. We have really done very well in creating these environments for people to give, and people are really giving towards it. The only thing would admonish that we can do better, maybe some few recommendations would be that though people are giving, we can still create much more environment for people to give and give better. Because the whole essence is that we are going to create some giving culture where everybody in the community knows that transformational change is not for a particular government. Transformational change is not for a particular district or maybe district executive or whatever it is, but everybody can be included in the kind of giving we all give towards those transformational changes. And so I think the Giving for Change project has made some good strides that we can celebrate over, especially when it comes to creating an enabling environment. And my enabling environment I'm referring to is not just the policy level of enabling environments. That is one of the things that we're also doing. But the enabling environment I'm looking at is that we have created platforms where if you want to give, they are readily available for you to use. We have created avenues where if you want to give things in kind, they are readily available for you to also use. And so these are very critical things that as Ghana Foundation we have done towards the local philanthropy work that we have done as a foundation.